Hello, Friz fans. Here we are, quarter three. I hope you've made it this far. Watch quarter one, quarter two, and there's the start to quarter three. As you can see, penalties go back to zero in the second half.
And the players have swapped sides of the field.
Just like that, it's no longer a tie.
And you'll also see that the blue started out this half because red started out the last half. The only time that would be different is if you had...
Right in between the legs.
The only time that would be different is if... well, I guess you wouldn't if you actually have stoppages for penalties. But if you weren't playing with stoppages and you do your penalty shots and time runs out during the penalty shots, then whoever would start off the gameplay would start off that next half.
Exactly. So, and then, of course, you switch sides at the half. Due to fairness, basically the sunlight may be right in the other player's eyes
in case there's some irregularities in the field.
Yeah, hopefully you're playing on a completely flat field, but just in case.
Yeah, that rule actually came about because we were playing on like the side of a hill and it was not flat, so we thought about swapping the sides to make it even. I think it's a good thing, even if you think you have a really good field.
Yeah, a long time ago. Good catch there. Oh, man, his foot looked like he was across the line making that throw.
That one looks like that ran out to the line, but he made the catch, it seems like. Yeah, but he made him run for it. Easy catch. He was already on the side. He slows down, decides he wants to take his time with his throw. Pretty easy one.
So you see there, blue is making the throw. At the release of Frisbee, he is not outside, so it's okay. Once you release it, you can cross the pitch line or
there was an
step
Olympic
out.
toss for red. That was
out of the norm for sure. But you can. So once you release it, you can step across. You just got to get back in your respective score zone when the other player releases his throw.
Oh, that was
good
a good
toss
throw
there.
And you can see going in strategy a little bit. You can see blue. He noticed red was kind of on one side more than the other, and he tossed it to the other side and made it go follow the line. And there's really no way red was able to get to it.
Yeah,
so you'll see they try and play the middle of the field, but if they know a player's going to one side or the other, then they're gonna kind of hover on that side. But yeah.
Getting here into quarter three, if you want to hear about the quarter two results.
Oh, there's an error right there.
Yeah. Again, a very high percentage of throws were backhands by red.
He just missed that one.
I think he let that one go.
Oh, really? Maybe he thought it was going to go out?
Yeah, I think so there. Anyways, so about 90% of throws from red were all backhand.
And that's quarter two or the first half?
That's quarter two. So it's still very heavy on the backhand from red and it's still a very versatile percentage of throws from blue.
And what about the penalties and the errors in quarter two?
Well,
how'd they stack up there?
They both made 2 errors in the second quarter. 3 penalties by red and only 1 by blue in the second quarter. And, of course, they all go to 0 at the end of the half. So,
Well, that means for the half, red had, 4 penalties, and blue had...
no, 5, actually.
5 penalties.
Yeah, 5 penalties by blue in the first half.
Oh, there's
that
a nice
one gets
score.
by him. Yep.
And how many penalties did blue have for the first half?
5.
5. Okay, so they were even at the first half in terms of total penalties. There was a top-down throw there, and you can see it looked like it hit the ground before he called it.
It's such a tough throw to catch and defend because, as you can see, all those they bounce so hard right in front of the pitch line, so it's hard to jump up and get those, especially when you're playing deep.
And once again, you'll see there's no ref for this game, so you'll see a little bit of back and forth. If there's a close call, then you might see the players look like they're talking a little bit back and forth. Maybe they're discussing the call, and generally they try to come to a consensus very quickly so they can continue the game.
Good catch there.
He's getting ready to throw again.
That was an upside down throw. And you see it dives down right past the pitch line. You gotta run and come and get that before it drops.
He's trying a little trick throw there. He's down by 2 points. I'm not sure if he's in the position to be doing trick throws.
2 is pretty close. But that was interesting. Try to catch the opponent off guard. Good toss there, right down the line. So what about the frisbees that you use? What kind of frisbees do you like to use? Particular
Honestly,
brand you
we
like?
use a lot of ultimate disc when we play
That's
Friz.
tough luck there. Hits the line. That's one of the very few instances where you'll see the straps actually interfere with a bounce. And that one did there. I mean, there's no telling what could have happened. I mean, it may have been called easily or it could have been a score. So, unfortunately, there's no score there, though.
Yeah. So yeah, whenever we play, we use a lot of. That looks like a point there. Went down on the outside along the line. That was a tough one. Ultimate disc though is what we use mainly. We also use a little bit of Daredevil, which is a Canadian disc company.
Yeah, Daredevil discs, a big advocate for them. Love those discs. The ultimate ones are solid. We have some Life is Good ones. Those feel a little deeper. So
They feel a little slower, a little sluggish. If I had to describe them.
yeah. I think that's just the depth of the frisbee itself.
We also use some Whammo, right?
Whammo, solid disc there. Really, they're all very well made, and we use all four of them out there on the field.
That was a great throw right there.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
Blues just watch that one go by.
You'll see those some, and you saw Blue was playing on the right side, and that just makes it a little tougher when you get a perfect throw that's dialed in on one side and you're on the other. You gotta grit your teeth and let that one go.
So yeah, all these discs that we named, they're all great frisbees for Friz. I would say probably Life is Good is the least favorite. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, no, it's a great disc for throwing. As far as bouncing the disc, it's not as good as the other brands that we have.
But I will say there is room for improvement for discs. I think you could make a disc specifically for Friz, maybe beef up the edges a little bit because. I don't know. Maybe we can roll in some footage at the end of this quarter and just show you the edge of these frisbees after playing Friz. There's chips and gashes all in them. I wouldn't be surprised if the weight is below 170, maybe.
Well, it may not be that drastic, but it certainly it's well, that's an error. But it's definitely different depending on the type of field you play. So if you play on a turf field, you'll see the edges are very scuffed up and black, and you'll see a lot of scuffs and chips in them.
If you play on a really bald field, it's got a lot of dirt on it. You'll probably be hitting some rocks and everything.
Yeah, very low cut, very hard field. You'll see some more nicks in it. Maybe there's some pebbles on the ground here and there. A very soft, taller grass field.
That's an error right there.
You can't drop those. But a softer, taller grass field would be tougher to play on, but you don't see as much. Yeah, a lot more cushion on that field. That's an error.
That looks like another error.
Yeah, so
2 in a row.
Let's talk about that real quick. He still had a foot inside his score zone. So if you touch the frisbee and drop it while any foot is in the score zone, then it counts. So.
Yep. Even if it drops outside the score zone. Ooh, that was close. That almost looked like a penalty. Now, when we are playing the game, while you can play it with one disc, I would definitely suggest having maybe 5 or 6 discs just so you don't have to run and go get the disc every once in a while. Because you'll see some of these throws, like if they completely miss it or if there's a height rule or something, they go pretty far away, and you'll see they have extra discs out on the field readily available, so if one goes far away, they can continue the play. And you'll actually see in the footage there will be some edits here and there where you'll see it'll jump. That's because we stopped time and then we went to go grab disc for like 10 or 15, maybe 30 seconds max, and then we resumed the game clock.
Yeah, and you can see out there on the right side of your screen behind Blue, there's a few discs readily available. If one goes exactly like that.
That was a good point.
So you see that one goes way out there. He's just going to grab one of the ones behind him to resume gameplay. So I would recommend going out there with at least 6 frisbees, 3 on each side of the field or more. We usually go out there with 10 to 12.
Yeah, I think we tend to go out there with about 10, 12. And if you think about that, also reduces the wear on your frisbee because each frisbee is getting less game time for one game. Oh, there's a drop.
Yep,
there.
that was an upside down throw again.
And an error. I mean, a penalty. Wow.
That's tough luck. But that just goes to show how tough those top down throws are to catch. There's another one.
Oh man.
Oh, got him crossed
Two
up
top down
there.
throws in a row.
He looked like he was heading to his left, like it was a
Maybe he
regular
thought
backhand.
it was a backhand throw.
Yeah, and those top down throws, they're
There's
so
a nice point there for Blue,
so difficult.
gaining some ground back. And you'll see Red when he's coming up to throw. He flips the disc around a couple times because the top down throw, it's honestly usually a pretty easy throw to tell they're about to do.
Yeah, but it's so difficult to catch. But there you see the end of the third quarter. So join us for the fourth quarter material. Thanks.